Homelessness continues to be a significant problem in parts of America, and politicians say government must come to the rescue.
Number one, yes, we need more shelters.
More shelters, and liberals also want more of what they call affordable housing, plus free housing for the truly needy and lots of programs for street people.
Federal agencies spent about $2.9 billion on over 20 programs targeting homelessness. Technically enough money to build 145,000 homes at $200,000 apiece.
It's a lot of money, but don't we need to do more for those desperate people on the street, and especially get them housing? No, says Heather McDonald, who researches this at the Manhattan Institute. No?
Well, John, first of all, I wish we could retire the phrase homelessness, because it suggests that these are people that were housed and they subjected to a hurricane, and now they've lost their home in a natural disaster. In fact, many of these people, as you yourself experienced, have made a choice.
So you figured out that was actually
I recall the, and I recognize the sort of certain joie de vivre and elegance to him that is not like your average homeless guy.
Street people, and it's become a scam in many cities.
It has become a lifestyle choice. So, but the people that are truly there.
A lifestyle choice, meaning it's not a good life, begging.
Well, if you like a lot of booze and drugs, you get people that give you money, and of course that's what the money goes for immediately.
And I should say, I once in Denver offered 12 people who were holding signs, "Will work for food," gave them a bus token and a job offer. They didn't show up. Many other studies have shown that the people actually begging on the street are often just hustlers.
Right, they're hustlers. Some of them, of course, are there because we did empty the mental institutions, and they would otherwise be receiving mental treatment.
And they need help.
And they need help because they really are incapable of maintaining a job that would keep a house over their heads.
So the new word is get them homes.
The mentally ill, chemically abusing, whether they're alcoholics or drug addicts, if you have a rule that they have to stay off the street, maybe it's worth it. I would also say, though, get them treatment. But then you have a whole nother category in New York, above all else, of single mothers with children. And they also get to claim the mantle of homelessness. And they are usually living with their own single mother or with friends. And finally they say, it's too crowded, I can't take it any longer. I want my own home. And they get to call themselves homeless. And saying for them the solution is giving a free government apartment is completely wrong, because it's going to just act as a magnet for more single mothers and for more people demanding free housing.
And they do get to be first on the list then, if they're a single mother.
Absolutely.
And I hear Mayor de Blasio of New York is just putting them in lots of homes where they don't work and they get stoned all day.
Well, they get priority for public housing, and then they get priority for Section 8. Obviously, you as a libertarian would say it's very hard to untangle the web of government subsidy. So it's a very complicated system right now. You know, it looks like the better solution is public housing, whereas you might say the better solution is the market, the free market. You know, another thing that alcoholics used to have in the 1920s was very inexpensive so-called cage housing on Skid Row. That was before regulation came in and said, no, if you're going to offer housing, it has to be X square feet with private bathrooms and whatnot. And that priced out a place to get off the street for alcoholics.
$1 a night,
$1 a night, right. And that's now illegal. You can't do that.
And they were lousy places, but they were better than people living on the street.
On the street, which is not just bad for the people on the street, it's also bad for cities. At the very least, we have to have a rule. If we're going to ask government to provide free housing on demand to people, as we have in New York, you don't get to lie on the streets and colonize public spaces.
And to prevent lying on the street and colonizing the public space, a lot of business owners are putting little spikes up, which, here's a headline, "Spikes, metal studs, treat the homeless like animals."
Well, they're just trying to maintain some public order. It's not unreasonable to expect that city sidewalks are free and clear for people, workers getting to their jobs to feel safe, for business owners not to have to clean feces and crack needles from their stoves in the morning. And this is sort of the worst but last possible solution when you have public order that's broken down.